All right, hey, what's going on? Back again. Don't know exactly what the hell's going on in my throat, so you gotta bear with me a little bit. So, I might need a what's the thing called hot toddy. So I don't know. I'm not, to my knowledge, I'm not sick. I'm not congested or anything like that. It's just like something going on in my throat. But anywho's, so this is as you can maybe you cannot see. This is still a 5 minute on NQ. Um, this was actually the range that I'd marked out. So I'd actually uploaded a video earlier, basically showing this 4 hour. So basically, this was a 4 hour candle closure that basically souped. So this is the 10 a.m. here. Let me zoom in so you can see this a little bit better. This is the 10 a.m. candle that souped the top of the 6 a.m. candle. The bottom of that 6 a.m. candle I showed earlier is down here. So basically, once I saw the turtle soup here, I literally just waited a candle. My execution is here. I will do this again just for the sake of the video. I'll just move that over one so you can see basically this is my execution for the sell to get in at basically trying to get in at like right at the open of the candle. However, wasn't overly successful. Got in a little bit under that, but what I ended up doing was I held until it basically tapped into the top of the 830 buy side liquidity, which it ran away from. But what I was looking to see is, hey, you know what? What's the retracement, and then also because we've actually closed inside, right? We've closed back inside after souping the 6 a.m. candle, and this is a 10 a.m. It's 4 hours, so it's a 4 hour candle. My thought process was, well, if it's gonna come back, we know that there'll probably be maybe a PM retracement from the liquidity created in the AM session. So we did actually see that here drastically, almost back, you know, to the very beginning. But this is actually the 9:30 open. So what we ended up seeing was this was the run up, and then this was the low. So if you're looking at basically like an open high, low close, that's exactly what this was. So this was, you've got your open here. This was a high of the session. This was ultimately the low, and then we had a closure. It's 728. So our closure was, if you want to do it based on the futures model, our closure would have been uh, this candle right here. So we would have closed in here, right? So it would have been an open, high, low, and then we would have had our close here, right? So what I decided to do in my infinite wisdom was I said, okay, well, it's a paper trade account. It's one of the few times that I think the video I did a couple of days ago, actually, when I did my weekly, the weekly bias, I'd actually said that, you know, I'm not. This is not a combine. This is not an XFA. It's not a live account. I'm actually using a paper trade account and paper trade through TradingView. So I just said, what the hell, right? I'm gonna just hang out, leave it open to see what happens, right? So ultimately, what I did was let this retrace, and as you can see, we're back in profit. But obviously, you can see basically from um, essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 of the candles here before even 4 p.m. we were in drawdown, right? But as price closed for anybody trading any kind of prop firms or whatnot, you basically would have been getting out or whatever, closing positions all the way up maybe to 455. I cannot remember if my funded future still allows trading till 5 p.m. Um, you guys can let me know. I'm not sure, but either way, the thing that I was looking at, like once price closed before the 6 p.m. Open again, was I just came and I marked out this fair value gap, right? This was actually, you know, created obviously in a PM session. So this would have been like the last hour technically from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. There are 4 macros that take place. So this is actually 345. where you would have had basically it would have been, I guess you could look at it as 350 to 410. So basically, you had this fair value gap that was formed. There wasn't really a fair value gap. If you want to consider this, you could. I mean, it was so minute that you could see how it just kind of ran back through. But what I was doing was I was just identifying this when I felt like, look, I'm not going to close my position. It's a paper trade, so let's just see what happens. Theoretically, and you could say, well, I'm saying this in hindsight or after the fact, but whatever. Like I don't even care about that anymore. Actually, I've never really cared about it, but so you could say or think what you want. It doesn't really matter. But the general logic could have been, well, okay, well, let's say you get into this position and you see that it's starting to move against you. The next thing you could do is you could honestly say, well, you know what? I'm just gonna shave and I'm gonna get out with a little bit of profit, right? And we'll wait until 6 if it makes sense to get back into a short. Well, here's the crazy thing, and here's the funny thing. So I am set up on electronic trade hours, right? So the overwhelming time frame is going to be here. So this is the close of the 415 candle, which is what I like to use. So this is 415. You could use 4 o'clock if you want, but I like to use 415. So I just take 415 up to 6. Let's do it this way. Just I want to make sure I just get that. And I'm going to change this color here real quick. Excuse me. So, man, it's like I got something in my throat. I'm going to get some water here in a minute. But anyhow, so this would be considered like our opening gap, okay? If you want to consider that. So if I draw this out, right, what you're technically looking for this to do is to build you a liquidity run, buy and sell on either side of that gap. That's kind of what you want. So we get a little bit over here, and then you get the retracement short. Once that gets drawn out, and it's 7:30, so give me 1 sec. Let me go back. Let's go back. It's 35, 40. Yeah. So at this point, this is going to be like our sell side. This would be like our sell side for opening gap, and the buy side is going to be here. Now, this is just to kind of give you an idea, right? Or give you like a point of reference. Again, my point of reference was the fair value gap. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. We are on a 5 minute, and I just want to kind of show you something as well here. We didn't we didn't even touch the consummate encroachment of this fair value gap yet. We've basically set up a condition where we've got relative equal highs here, right? And then when 6 p.m. excuse me, 6 p.m. opened, we pushed higher, and then we basically came back down. So at this point, I'm looking to go into another bit of drawdown. We'll see how this plays out. I'll post on the community tab so you guys can see, but I'm looking basically to see if we clear these relative equal highs, wick through this fair value gap, maybe pair price, and then continue short. So I'm going to be short for a while. But hopefully, yeah, you get something out of this. If you got any questions, leave your comments in the underneath the video. Give it a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna try to do some more live video. Thought process right off the top right now is maybe we do a live session in the morning. I don't know yet. See how things play out. All right. But again, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. I'll see you soon.